Hello, welcome back to the channel, and we're going to have a Jurassic Dark.
Way back a year ago.
Hello, welcome back to Trad Tuesdays, and today we've got a Dorset Brewing Company Jurassic Dark. This is a wheat beer. It's deep copper, coming in at 5.9%, and this was kindly sent to me from the Hoppy Traveller, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Cheers, really appreciate it. So it's a Trad Tuesday beer because it was formed in 1996. My cut-off is 1997, so it just made it into Trad Tuesdays for me. Dorset Brewing Co. A little bit of information I've written down here. Dan has as well, so I'll go back. I'll go and have a look at what Dan's put. Giles Smith, I think it's called, restored an 800-year-old brewing tradition in Weymouth back in 1996. It's a family-owned brewery, from humble beginnings in Weymouth to a state-of-the-art spring water-fed brewhouse in Crossways, Dorchester. That's where they are today. They've got a tap room at the Jurassic Brewhouse. The beers are in bottles, 5 litre, I think they're called bagging boxes. 5 litre bagging box, 10 litre bagging box, 20 litre bagging boxes. The range is traditional bitter, session IPA, Pilsner, a golden ale, dark wheat, which I've got here, and a premium ale. They also do brewery tours, and what I do like is, like, the strapline is 12th century brewing meets state of the art. I think that's absolutely fantastic. What's Dan put? See what Dan's put on his little notes for me as well. Jurassic Dark, Dorset Brewing Company, 5.9% in Dunkelweizen. It just says the Dorset Brewing Company was founded in 1996. That's the same as me. So he says it's so not sure if it's traditional enough. It is by 1 year, Dan, because my cut-off was 97, and the only reason that was is because that's when marble started. So marble on my cut-off going this way to modern day brewers, but they have the feel of traditional brewing. So he's just put some notes there. I don't want to look at them because it's like the tasting notes. So let's get cracked into it then. So yeah, Dorset. I mean, Dorset is where I go on holiday each year. Go down to West Bay, Bridport, Weymouth, Lyme Regis. I love that cap. Associated Independent British Craft Brewer. Fantastic. But I've seen these. I think I've seen them in Waitrose down there, but I've never actually had one. I've never had one on cask down there either. Where I go in Bridport, it's a lot of just like Palmer's stuff. Oh, by the way, I'm using a wheat beer glass. This is my wheat beer glass because a lot of times wheat beers form quite a large foamy head. Bit like that. I could have done that swirl. That looks okay. So that looks fantastic. That to me is a deep amber in colour. Real deep amber. Slight haze, which you'd expect from the wheat beer because it's obviously got wheat in it. Wheat does give beer haze. But I'm talking slight because I can see carbonation running up through that glass. It's got a nice off-white head. Thick, creamy looking, looks like it may stick around, which is fantastic. It's not a nucleated glass. It's this is my Van Stefan glass from back in 2014 football. Anyway, back to the beer. So yeah, so it looks superb in the glass. So let's get the aroma. Oh, what's that? Fruity. Definitely got like the malts are coming through. There's sweetness there as well. The fruit, I'm not talking citrus fruits. I'm not talking citrus. I'm not talking banana, which you normally associate with wheat beers. I sort of always say this, but it's like prunes, or like a fig, sticky. It's like a sticky fruit. Yeah, it's going on them notes of the plum. It's like the darker beer, the darker fruit aromas I'm getting from that. And you're definitely getting the wheat. The wheat's coming through. Smells fantastic. Looks fantastic. This has come out of the fridge about 40 minutes ago, so hopefully the temperature's about right as well for it. So, okay. Cheers, Dan. Cheers, everyone. Let's get stuck in, sorry. There's that flavour. Now, the banana, for me, comes through on the taste. Definitely getting the banana. Lovely malt, deep malt, rich malt. And that sweetness is there. Of like that fruit sweetness is there as well. Let's go again. Oh, that's a cracking beer. I'm liking slight licorice as well on the palate, because that bitterness is there, but it's not over bitter. It's not a stringent bitter, but there's a bitterness there. I'm getting slight licorice from that bitterness. I'm getting a licorice taste as well. But the malts, it's so, I wonder if it tells you what malts are in this, because it's quite a rich malty beer, which is superb. Something I really, really like. Look at the lacing. Something I really like is a real deep malty beer, and that's what this is. That notes of that banana, the yeast is coming through as well. That's where I'm getting that banana, slight bubblegum from the yeast. It's probably more than likely like a Weizen yeast. Them sort of notes are coming through as well, but it's all then overtaken by them malts, which it's just long lasting. It's across the palate, it's at the back of the palate. The bitterness is going across the side of the tongues. I've only got one, the tongue. That is fantastic. Now, I don't normally score with trad beers, but because they've sent this, Dan, this is a freebies for sure. I know what it is. It's banoff. Do you remember toffo, banana toffo sweets? I'm getting that as well. So there's a toffiness there, and it's so complex. It is lots going on, but in a really good way. So what does it say on the bottle? Let me get my glasses, see if it says anything. Cheers, Dan. This is superb. This really is. I love the can art. The bottle art. Like the way. 5.9%. So what does it say here? Style, wheat beer, 5.9. What you see, deep copper. I said like a dark amber. Smell, fruitcake and cloves. I'm not picking up on cloves. Now, I would have, normally I expect that from a wheat beer. I didn't get it. I did not get the cloves. Taste, chocolate and port. Now, I've not said chocolate, but I've said toffos. I'm saying more, for me, caramel toffee, especially with that banana taste that's going on for me as well. The malts is, here we go, wheat, crystal, black and chocolate, hopped, Bramling Cross. Bramling Cross normally brings you like a black currant. Now, I was saying it wasn't a dark fruits. I didn't say black currant specifically, but the darker fruit. It wasn't citrus, it wasn't the tropical, it's them dark, and the black currant sits with that perfectly. The only thing I'm not getting chocolate, but I'm getting a lovely complex malt note from the whole thing, and it's more toffee, especially banana toffos for me, 100% on that. So it says deep copper, Dino sense. Before breaking in any dinosaur over 15 foot, drink 3 mouthfuls to ensure an easier ride. Once tamed, light campfire and continue drinking with new friend until bottle is completely finished. If all is well, try another tasty bottle. Saving suggestion. Drink with confidence. 500ml bottle. It's got a little QR code on there as well. And it says get more crafty. dbcales.com. That is superb. The Dorset Brewing Company. New on the channel. New beer to me. There's that little QR code. Don't know if you can pick up on that on there. But that is a great little beer. That is superb. What I would say as well, the 5.9%, I'm not picking, it's not burning at all for me. There's no alcohol burn whatsoever. It's just a lovely, malty, rich wheat beer. And it's fantastic. It really, really is. Not much more to say. What's Dan put on his notes. Dan's put it's, like I said before, a sweet fruitcake, bread, malt aroma, not as flavourful on drinking, but has a rich finish. It definitely has. That's what I was saying about the malt's rich, malty finish. He's not mentioned chocolate on here either. Bread, I suppose that if I was saying bread, I'd go down like a nice dark brown bread, because that malt is just giving them sort of notes. Aromas, well, what was I saying on the aroma before? Sweet, fruit, malty, yeah, it's got all that going on. Thank you so much, Dan, really appreciate it. It's great that you've got me a beer which I've seen down in Dorset and I've never actually gone and purchased it, and now when I go back I'll be looking at the other range of Dorset Brewing Company beers, because that is superb. Okay, cheers Dan, and I'll see you on the next one.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating.